Mm. A lot of people will come to me and say, I don't use creatine because of the water retention. Now, I would tell them, isn't that really what you want? You want that with creatine? Or they think it's a side effect, or they think it's a result of poor quality creatine. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think it takes us all the way back to again the a lot of times they get this kind of thing through the alternative creatine, that say, no water retention formula. That's the whole idea why you're taking it, is to increase intracellular water. That's the benefit. It means it's doing something. Like I say, that's actually an anabolic signal. Can turn on protein synthetic rates. It's under the skin. It's in the muscle cell. It's not like edema, like say water retention would make you. The bodybuilders, that I knew, that I worked with, pro bodybuilders, high level people, they were taking creatine right up to the show. And these were people at unimaginably low body fat. If Sean Phillips, remember Bill Phillips, right?
Yep.
Who owned EAS, and Sean Phillips' brother, who's been a buddy of mine. If you look at some of those, photos of him when he was at his best condition, he's just shredded. He's just silly low body fat levels.
Yep.
And he was doing lots of creatine because remember they had the phosphagen.
Yep.
So yeah, there's nothing creatine certainly doesn't prevent one from being lean or getting lean or. I think that's mostly it's women that are really sensitive to that idea of adding, a couple pounds of water because, they connect mentally, water retention with a negative, understandably. But most people, again, when they take creatine and gain a little water in the muscle, they look leaner. They will say, oh, well, actually, I looked leaner. Once in a while, again, I don't know. It's kind of hard because some people say, well, I took creatine. And subjectively say, I got bloated, and I go, well, what does that mean? I mean, bloated where? In your face, your tummy? I'm not totally sure what they mean by that. All I can say is, again, we've got lots of studies where they look at what is called, body compartment or water compartment. Where is the water going? And they've done studies on this, and they invariably find that water is, inside, intracellular is called, not. The water compartment is going where you want it to. I'd like to see. I wouldn't mind actually seeing a few more studies, but that's generally where they find it. So I think it's mostly women, and most people again get a little bit, I don't know. Again, I think we've changed. The mentality from in the 80s and 90s was very bulky. Like guys wanted to be big, bulky guys, right? I mean, we were all about gains and all that. And I think the look today is very different. I think most men. Maybe because of CrossFit and most guys you just don't see big bulky guys in the gym anymore. I mean, the whole quest of being just big and bulky and strong is just not there as it was from maybe sort of a cultural perspective. And so I think men and women are just much more sensitive about the idea of putting on a couple of pounds of. If you say the word water, they're gonna be unhappy, and it's not that easy to understand when you're things like when you're using terms like intracellular and extracellular and that kind of thing. So I understand there can be a little confusion, but normally again they notice when their weights go up, they get stronger, they recoup a bit better, and like I say, creatine is good for you whether you work out or not. It appears to be really a genuine longevity supplement. I think anybody that's older, sarcopenia, which is, age-related loss of muscle mass, it's good for them.
Right.
Brain function, mood, there's a number of studies that suggest at least that creatine is, a mood enhancer, antidepressant, and we could all use that in this day and age,